here it is, the beauty. So you can see here, solar panel is going to come into the PV shutoff. It's going to go to my charge controller. Going to go to a fuse box. All my accessories are going to be wired to the fuse box, including a 3-gang switch, water pump, the LED lights for the camper. I'm going to have a 12-volt power port, which is going to go to my fridge. 12-volt accessory panel, which is going to be mounted somewhere that's accessible. So I'm going to have 12-volt USB, stuff like that. And what else? From the fuse box, it's going to go to a 50-amp breaker to an on and off Blue Sea system switch, running to the battery. From the battery, I'm going to have a separate 200-amp fuse that's going to run to a 2,000-watt inverter. And batteries are going to be wired in parallel, and that's what it's looking like. And then I have all the wires written down, what size I'm going to use, down to every wire, down to every fuse. Got it figured out. Alright, so one of the batteries is going to go in this back corner on the passenger side. So I made this little platform to fit back here. I'll probably end up painting all this stuff black before it goes in, but check it out. So it's got a little ledge there to support it, and I'll probably screw it in on this side, and then on this side I plan on bolting it into the 80/20 aluminum right back there. So pretty sweet. Alright, you can see it's a tight fit, but it now fits with that little more height. So this is probably what the layout's going to look like. I'll have my batteries just like that, and it's going to be a really tight fit, mounting everything in here. So in the very back, drilled a couple holes. I'm going to use these bolts. I used this kind of drill bit to flush mount these. Look pretty good. So we got the back wall piece cut out, notched the corner for the power cord for the fridge. I want it to be a tight fit, and we're gonna secure it. You know what? Actually, I can't secure it here because the wood's gonna lay here, but I can secure it up top here with some corner brackets. So there is the back piece of wood. Alright guys, so here is the last piece. There might be one more piece for the water pump, but as of now, for all the solar stuff, this is going to be the last board that I cut out. Just measure, cut, and this thing's going to get painted now. And I'll show you guys. This is drying still, but I used truck bed spray paint to coat this. And that's one of the, this is the back piece. And the bottom piece is drying, so probably tomorrow we'll put everything in. Alright, well, after going back and forth a bunch of times to notch this for all the stuff in the bed here, I think we got it fitted. Now I just got to figure out a way to secure this in. Alright, so I decided I'm gonna drill holes in the bed, and this board will be secured in 2 spots. You can see I made outlines of all the solar stuff. It's gonna be a tight fit, and I hope everything fits. So this is the point of no return. I've drilled 2 holes into my bed, and I thought these were going to be too long, but they're actually a little bit short. I need to run to Home Depot and get bolts that are about a 1/2 inch longer. So here is the piece that I just cut out and fit. I just painted it and I'm going to let it dry. While it's drying, I'm going to run to Home Depot and get those longer bolts. Alright, so I got these bolted in and I'm going to run a few screws through right there to secure them down. Alright, so I actually cut out some sticky carpet. Stuck a piece of carpet on there. That way the battery is has a little softer surface. Alright, I got the solar shutoff switch mounted sideways here. I originally was gonna put it over there, but it didn't fit. And this is actually a really good spot for it. And it'll give me more room for everything else. So I'm just waiting for this piece to dry and then I could start mocking everything up to see how it's gonna fit. All right, so I got this wood panel in here and it fit perfectly. I'm super stoked. I got the bolts in here now, but I'm gonna pull them back out and I'm gonna put some Sikaflex on the bolts before I put them in. That way I make sure I get a good seal. All right, here is one of the bolts coming through the bed. I put Sikaflex around the bolt. I'm gonna put the washer in. All right, throw the nut on. To secure the batteries, I'm using these cheap ratchet straps from Home Depot. All right, so we will be back out here tomorrow. I need to go to Home Depot and get some more of those self-tapping screws so I can finish mounting everything. All right, you guys, so we are back out here this morning and I'm gonna start doing some wiring. I got my diagrams here and all my wires just so I can reference it. Some good wire here, 6 AWG, and I think I'm gonna start hooking up. We'll see. We're gonna hook up this stuff to this stuff. There's a lot of wiring, so you can see I got plenty of supplies, and let's just get going. There it is. It's a beauty. So just made these. They look pretty darn clean. I gotta get some red wire, run this to the battery. So I gotta figure out how long the wire needs to be. How cool is this wire crimper? It looks super professional. Pretty excited. I've been cutting these in half just because I don't need a lot of heat shrink. So this is the wire that's gonna go from the on and off switch to the battery. Plenty snug. Alright. here's what we're looking at. This thing is secure, so it's in a good spot too. It'll be on and off, and I can access it from here. This is loose. I'm gonna snug these down, get this bolted up, and then run my negative wire from here around to the battery. It's gonna go to that battery. Oh, it is. All right, 17. That's a good setting for the drill, so I don't strip it out and ruin the threads in here. Woo! That is plastic. Gotta be careful. Does it look level, YouTube? I don't know. That is good. I'm not gonna go tight. All the crazy off-roading I do. Another beautiful wire made by yours truly. Just kidding. And boom, 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 boom. Let's pull this one back. All right, so next we are gonna run wires from our PV shutoff to the charge controller. These wires are good to go right here, positive, negative, and then we're gonna run positive and negative wires to the battery. Actually, no, we're gonna go to the fuse box. I originally was gonna wire to the battery, but I talked to a couple wiring guys and they said, yeah, run it to the fuse box. So you can see I got way too much wire, so I'm gonna figure out how much I need. And then I got these things, they're called Ferrules, I believe. I don't see the F word on here. Oh, here it is. Ferrule Crimping. So yeah, I'm using these. It should make the wires look a lot cleaner. Got the wires cut to spec. We're gonna trim them. That looks super nice. Wow. These look so awesome. Let's get these things installed. Without knocking over the camera, see this one, it's gonna plug in here. I'm not sure which is gonna be negative and positive yet, probably not until I get the solar panels in, but you can see, since these have a really nice, it's not just wire, you know, they should slide right in. All right. These were the charge controller to the fuse box, but since I'm not running the battery, these were too big. So I used some of these smaller ones. You can see I installed them on there, crimped them, heat shrunk, and then I installed these Ferrules on the other side. So looking pretty clean. we're gonna get them installed. All right, so I decided I am going to mount it up top here, and I want to tuck it behind there. Actually, let's see if it'll go back farther. All right, just like that. All right, negative wire going in like that. All right, so charge controller, negative, positive, it's hooked up to the fuse box. Looking pretty clean, you guys. I am not a wiring guy, but I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. So here comes time to mount the inverter. I am running this Ryobi 2000 watt inverter. Not using that. I'm gonna be running a 200 amp fuse, and this is gonna be posted on battery number 1. So I'm gonna get these cables hooked up and then mount the inverter. So I didn't use these plastic guards on the back because, as you can see, I don't have a lot of room, but check it out. The inverter has been mounted. I just used 4 3/4 inch wood screws, and there's that. I'm gonna hook it up to the battery.
Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to watch the next one because I'm going to be installing solar panels on the top of the Topo Topper. See you guys in the next video.